had a date tonight. Kind of. I couldn't find a babysitter, so the date ended up turning into a FaceTime date, and it went really, really well. We already have an actual in-person date scheduled for next week. I'm just excited. I am absolutely exhausted. It's almost midnight. Just got back from my first date with the guy from the previous video, and it was an amazing first date. He's so sweet, such a gentleman, and I can't wait to see him again. It's 12 p.m. on a Sunday. I just got done my second date with the same guy as the last video. And let me tell you, I am in trouble. I couldn't get a babysitter. He ended up coming here. He brought flowers and made dinner. Yep. This is going really well, and I'm scared as shit. An update on this video definitely needs to be made while I do my makeup real quick. As you can tell from the other videos, everything was going really well until he kind of started to pull back, and I kept asking what the heck was wrong. He insisted that he just wasn't feeling well and he needed to get back to his normal self, so I kind of let it go. Mind you, prior to this guy had been literally doing the absolute most. Love bombing to the max. And I got a text that said he wasn't sure if he could do this non-traditional way of dating.
Surprise, surprise, surprise!
All right, Queen. So far, so good. I mean, you started off pretty well, and then you said you were in trouble, and then the dating sequences started to take a nosedive. And you're probably confused right now as to what is happening, as to how did it go so bad. Well, this girl is going to help you out here. You and all the other single moms out there who decided to watch my videos. You see, there was a key word that she mentioned there. The guy said that he wasn't sure if he was going to continue this non-traditional thing. In other words, when she said that he was doing the max, 100%, over the top, guess what? He knew that. He figured, hey, let me give it a shot and see where this goes. And more than likely, after 3 dates of him giving 110%, he just had to sit down with himself and said, hey, you know what? This isn't worth it. I'm sorry, this is a single mother. And not just am I giving 110%, I'm not getting back not even the lowest ROI I expected on these dates. And let's be honest, ladies, when you're a single mom dating, you're at a huge disadvantage. I mean, this queen said it herself, that she couldn't find a babysitter, and he had to go the extra mile in order to make the date kind of happen for her. Guarantee you it didn't happen for him the way he wanted it to go. Don't get me wrong, ladies, but if you're dating a certain caliber of man, sooner or later he's going to sit down and look at the situation and ask himself, is this worth continuing? Apparently it happened sooner rather than later. Kind of like when you ladies ordered a huge haul on Shein, and just before your order got shipped, the tariffs hit you almost as hard as the wall. Yeah, kind of like that. But let's hear the rest of the updates she has on these dates.
And was super short about it, didn't really explain. I was very confused. So I asked for a phone call to explain because I felt like I deserved one. After that text message asking for the phone call is when I got ghosted. Literally zero communication. That's never happened to me before. Honestly, I think it was super rude and inconsiderate. The funniest part about it, though, is that he told me in his past relationship communication was a problem and that he didn't like to confront situations, but he learned a lot from it. He learned a lot from it. He's 33 years old. Get your together and stop being a complete prick to girls. I'm not going to sit here and tell you I was not disappointed. I was extremely disappointed. He literally fed me all the things that I wanted to hear, said all the right things. You know, I really had hope. But clearly everything he said was a absolute bag of and I will be moving on with my life. The next guy I went out with was, how do I say it nicely? A dud. I asked him so many freaking questions about himself and he never returned it with, how about you? What am I doing wrong? How do I find a man? If you've got any pointers, comment below.
Show of hands for everybody who knew. Bingo.
Queen, do you want to know why this man decided to ghost you rather than talk to you? It's pretty evident if you're a man. It's because in the 3 dates he had with you already, he already saw that he wasn't getting what he wanted from you, and obviously he wasn't going to get it. I don't know what that was, but the point is, he already figured out that talking to you wasn't going to resolve the situation. So he figured he'd just cut his losses. Now, I find it amazing that queens like you believe that, oh, men are just being total jerks to women. Grow up, don't do this, don't do that. Let me ask you something. Did you stop to put yourself in his shoes for one moment? Think about it. You're the single mom. So far, every issue that you've mentioned in your dates has come from your side of the aisle, not his. He goes above and beyond to make up for your issues, and obviously he's not getting what he wants. So in his eyes, the one who's being a jerk and greedy and whatever is you, not him. He just doesn't want to argue about it. He's like, you know what? It was my choice to invest my time and my energy on you because I thought I could can make this work. It's clear to me now that I made a mistake. I'm just going to move on. The problem is that you feel that a guy who's already bent over backwards for you owes you an explanation. In his point of view, he doesn't owe you anything because he's giving you so much more than you've given him. I mean, Kawin, can you stop for one moment and think about somebody else other than yourself? Just like you said the next guy that you dated was a dud, I guarantee you this attitude that you have of dating, you keep on going, you're going to find a lot of the same results. You wanted to date, your side of it bringing up the majority of the issues, and men treating you like Casper the Friendly Ghost. But don't worry, Cohen. You keep this up, because a strong, independent, brave single mother like yourself just has to wait because her Prince Charming is coming. You'll show all these men that ghosted you that multi-millionaire stud is going to come in and sweep you off your feet and raise your kid like if it was his own. Yeah, and this gorilla's going to go up on the next Blue Origin space mission alongside Katy Perry. Moving on.
This is why I feel like dating as a single mom is harder than dating as a regular 24-year-old, okay? And this is why I'm going to tell you. Aside from the kids, I think that the hardest thing about dating as a single mom is that when you're dating someone, you're competing with other 24-year-olds who have not have children. They do not have stretch marks. They have perfect little tight little abs, and I'm over here with, my diastasis recti in my abdomen, okay? On top of that, I've lost a lot of weight, but it's not like super firm. It's like jiggly, okay? Right? And then on top of that, after you're done breastfeeding, do you know what your titties look like? Have you seen titties after breastfeeding? Mine look like tube socks with a tennis ball. At 24 years old, dating, I'm competing with girls who have firm C cups. I have a saggy B. At best. At best. Okay, guys? So, I'm competing with girls who are so f***ing attractive. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. If anyone could give me any confidence boost, that would be great.
Well, hey, this gorilla's going to give you a hell of a confidence boost. You see, this young single mother, Colleen, did the one thing that I've been saying for years now. Expectation management. Now, let's clear this up a little bit more, because when she said that she's competing against other 24-year-old women who have no kids, what she means is she is competing for the men that she's attracted to. Those top-tier guys. Basically, the top 20% guys. Those are the ones that she's competing for. And she has some major competition here. And honestly, this queen is halfway to where she needs to be. And I gotta say it, ladies, if you can do like this woman does, and you realize, hey, I'm out of my depth here trying to compete for this top tier guy when he can go for the girls that are just as young as I am with no kids, maybe even a little bit younger. The next logical step is for her to accept, hey, maybe my SMV is not that high if I can't beat my competition. Maybe I should date an average guy because I may still be young, but I'm obviously at the lower end of my age tier competing against these hotter, tighter, prettier girls with no baggage. It's pretty clear that she can actually compete for an average blue-collar worker who may be 4, 5, 6 years older than she is, who's still blue-pilled enough to take care of her and her kid. Hey, ladies, this girl just dropped some game. Take it or leave it. Moving on.
Okay, let's talk dating as a single mom, because this is a question that I get asked very, very frequently. Carla, how do you date as a single mom? Carla, are you dating right now? And as much tea as I'd like to give you guys, I'm currently not dating, but I don't know, my mindset with dating is like very, very relaxed. I kind of flip-flop back and forth between wanting something serious and then wanting something fun. I don't know, it seems like a really weird topic to talk about because I'm super private when it comes to all of that. I know exactly what I want, and I know that I don't want to settle for anything, because the way that I look at it is, if I didn't settle for my kid's dad, why would I settle for another man that isn't their dad? I feel like now that me and the other parent are, co-parenting here and there, that I will have more time. But I will say that even if I start dating, I would keep it super private, just because that's just the way that I am. One thing that I do know for certain, 100%, is that I will never bring a man around my kids. I'm just really protective of my kids, and I never want to bring anyone around them that isn't going to be in their life. So yeah, that's the tea on my dating life. I get this question a lot, so I figured that I would make like a quick little video just kind of going over my mindset on things. If you're a single mom and you're currently in the dating field, let me know what you guys think. How do you do it? What do you do? What are some boundaries, or what are some things that you're looking for? Because yeah, I'm just curious. Yeah, bye guys.
Hold up a second there, Colleen. Did you just say that you're super private about dating, but you just put out a video on TikTok about your dating life? Sure, that seems as legit as a $3 bill. But to the topic at hand, you said that you know exactly what you want and you don't want to settle for anything because you then settle for your kid's dad. Flawless logic there, Colleen, except for one thing. You see, you're the single mom. The high-value men, which are the ones that you're attracted to, are the ones who are going to be settling for you. I don't care how many words of encouragement and how much self-empowerment you have. Your feels are not the reals. In other words, just because you feel of a certain way about you being a single mother and all does not mean it is the man's reality. His reality is, if he gets with a single mother, he's got more to lose than to gain. Now, this gorilla definitely gives her credit because she said that she won't bring whoever she's dating around her kids. But in reality, that's a noble statement until she meets a guy that she wants him to take the role of stepdad. In other words, she meets a blue pill beta that she knows that she can manipulate and rushes him to the kids as quickly as possible in order for him to get attached to them. I'm not saying this queen is the one that does that. I'm saying that's a common tactic used by single mothers in the dating market. But times are changing, ladies. I mean, if simping was a stock, it's tanking. That stock continues to go down every year. Moving on.
So the guy that I have been dating just broke up with me, and I'm pretty sad about it, and talking about things is healing for me. If you haven't watched my other videos, he was a guy that I knew from high school, and I didn't meet on a dating app or anything. He reached out to me and asked me on a date, and it was just supposed to be to catch up and have a good time, no expectations, and that's exactly what happened. We had a great time. He ended up asking me on a second date, and we were having conversations about what our non-negotiables were, and one of his non-negotiables was that he didn't want to have to compete with other men for my time. So I deleted Tinder and deleted my Snapchat, and he treated me so well. It was so thoughtful and said things to me that made me think that he wanted the same things.
Ladies, I gotta say, well before my channel existed, there were other manosphere channels out there that would say that players were good guys who got hurt deeply by a woman, laughed at, ridiculed, when they did everything they were told that women want. To be chivalrous, be a gentleman, put her on a pedestal. And in that deep well of pain that they had, after a woman tore his heart out, deep down inside, that player went Super Saiyan. I mean, he got a Zenkai boost like you wouldn't believe. And that's the point here. Men learn from those who hurt them, and they just adapt. I'm not saying they adapt in the best of ways, but they sure do adapt to those queens who decide to rip their hearts out. Now, don't they? Now, please don't interpret what I just said as this gorilla saying that this particular queen right here was the one who hurt the guy that's hurting her right now. That's not what I'm saying. It is quite possible that she may have slighted him just lightly, not too much, but at this point, he's such an advanced player in the game. He's just not going to slow down. All that can be said right now, queen, is, hey, go through the motions. You come out strong on the other side. Or alpha widowed, whichever comes first. And one other thing, ladies. This gorilla has got to point something out that I know a good chunk of my male viewers will say before we move on to the rest of her video. They're going to ask a very logical question to this woman who's in tears. So, Queen, have you ever caused a man an equivalent amount of pain that you have received right now? I mean, were you married to a guy and out of the blue you divorced him because your feels told you to, destroying him financially, taking the kids away from him, keeping the house and having him move out? I mean, it's not lost on this gorilla that if the answer to any of those questions is yes, 9 out of every 10 of my male viewers is going to say, oh, then boo-hoo. What goes around comes around, sister.
I always get advice about how I need to go slowly and be nonchalant, and I don't know how to do that. I don't know how to guard my heart and not be all in when I like somebody and I see a future with them. I am moving to Texas in January, and he knew that from the very beginning and had said that he was absolutely willing to relocate. So today he told me that he couldn't move away from his children, and all of his kids are grown. They're in their 20s and 30s. But honestly, I think that he just didn't have the same feelings for me that I did for him, and he was trying to spare me the heartache of telling me the truth. I'm just exhausted, and I'm tired of getting my heart broken. and then having to pick up all the pieces. I just feel stupid for putting myself out there. And, like, I just need to have a good cry today. And then tomorrow I will pick myself up and start over.
All right, so let's see if I got this correctly. A single mother is heartbroken because a guy who no longer has to take care of any children doesn't want to move to Texas with her. And she's destroyed because he's not as emotionally invested in her as she was with him. I mean, there's a bunch of questions here that are left unanswered as to, number one, why are you moving to Texas? Number two, why is it that your necessity to move to Texas will make it his necessity to move to Texas? Maybe he just doesn't want to move to Texas. And maybe what he said is true. I mean, if the guy has a great relationship with his children and maybe he sees them more often than not, he may not want to move away from them. There are a bunch of reasons out here, Colleen, but what I'm seeing so far with this limited information that we've gotten right now is you want a great guy to follow you. I mean, heck, maybe his job or a business that he has is part of him being great. Newsflash, sister, men are not going to uproot and go just because you tell them to. And it seems to me that you were not clear with him, the levels of emotions that you were having for him, and more importantly, the level of feelings he would have for you. I'm sorry to say it, sister, but I believe you overestimated his emotional investment into your relationship / situationship. But look at the bright side. You can go to Texas and you can find another amazing guy. So when you decide to move again, maybe that time he'll go with you. I'm pretty sure that most women who see this video are thinking, oh, he was so mean, he should have gone with her. Most men who see this video are thinking one thing. Well, she definitely didn't have a ring, so he didn't have that much invested in her to move. I wonder why he would refuse to get married today. Could it be possible that he's wise enough to know that the family laws would be completely against him, and there really isn't a point for him to get married? Nah. On top of that, leaving everything he has for a single mother? I mean, times have changed, Colleen. Back then, a man had multiple children. Nowadays, a single mother has multiple baby daddies.
Now that's a lot of damage!
I'm just saying, if you enjoy this audit, click on the video in the end screen for more content. If you would like to support the channel, please follow the link in the description to donate to our beer fund, or like, subscribe, and share this video on other social media platforms. If you agree or disagree with anything about this audit, please let us know in the comments. I'm going to leave this audit right here. I'll see all of you in the next episode.